Right, so here in this one we will learn about if and else. Okay, then let's get started. Okay, first construct, that is if and else construct. So in order to understand this one, let us see on an Android application. So now we already know that if we click on this button, then the applications page will get open up, right? Therefore, we can say that opening upon this application page is actually dependent on the round button clicking, right? But how can we relate this one concept to if and else? So if this button is clicked, application will be opened, right? Else it stay at home page. Okay. So here, so opening of these applications page is actually dependent on the if condition. Okay, therefore we can actually use if and else condition whenever something is dependent on something, then we can use if and else construct. Now let us try to understand what is nested if and how to use it. So again, let's consider our real world example, that is our Android operating system. So when you click on these buttons on the application, programs will be opened, and suppose I wanted to open the like a Play Store I wanted to open, then I need to click on this button, uh, right, and Play Store will get open up. Now you might have asked me this question, how we can relate this one to nested if else, right? So why I'm telling all this is because, see here, simple, if you click on this button, application page will get open. Okay, if like that Play Store is clicked, then Play Store will be open. Okay, so this is nested one. So if really wanted to open the Play Store, first you need to open on the application button, then only you would be able to click on this button, that is your Play Store, isn't it? So therefore everything is being depend upon the outer if. Okay, then only we can access the inside, inner one, that is your uh, Play Store. So whenever there is an if condition inside the another if condition, then it is called as a nested if. Okay, so this is the next one. So we cannot put this if condition outside this if, because only way to access this Play Store button is by first clicking on the outermost button, right? So if not, you will be simply staying at the home page. Okay, so this is how your nested if is useful in our real world application, in our Android applications. And now let us consider how to use else if and when to use the else if. Okay, again we will consider our real world example, that is our Android operating system. Suppose that I am provides you the facility to add shortcuts in your home screen itself. As you can see here, right, these are the shortcuts. So this is camera, this is contacts, this is Google Chrome application buttons, right? So instead of clicking this button, if I click on this button, then the Chrome application will open up, right? So how I can relate this one to the else if? That is simple. If round button is being clicked, then that will be opening the application page, right? Else if we directly click on the browser button, that is Chrome application button, then Google Chrome will get opened up. Okay, therefore whenever we have no dependency, then we can use the else if. Okay, so this Chrome is not depend upon the outer button, so we can use the else if construct. Okay, right. So now let me see the most frequently asked question, that is it necessary to put the else part? Right. So somebody asked me this question, is it really necessary to put the else part after the if condition? The answer to this one is no and yes and yes, both both at the same time, that is. So let us try to understand this with the help of an example. So here int n equals to 4, okay, and if n is not equals to 4, print n is not 4. So that means it is like n is 4, therefore this if condition will not get executed, right? It will be not getting executed. But one important point that you need to note down is this printf function is actually the part of this if condition, right? Why? Because whenever we have a single statement written immediately after the if condition, then it is always considered to be the part of the if condition or else part. Okay, else also I need not to put the curly braces. So immediately after the if I don't have any curly brace, if I am writing only a single statement, then it considered to be the if printf is part of the if condition. Okay, now what is the output of this program? Output is no output, right? Right. So now let us consider one more example. Uh, uh, right. So there is a little difference is there, right? This example is equals to the example one, but only here we are having the else part as well, right? So here we are trying to print n is 4. So the output is n is 4. Because the condition itself is not satisfied, therefore the else part is going to get executed and it will print the statement n is 4. Okay, as we can clearly see that this is not necessary to put the else part, and we need not to inform to the user that we are using the else part. But if we are finding need to inform the user, then we can put the else part. Okay, now let us consider one more question. What is the difference between the following two examples? In this example, we are checking whether the n is equals to 4 or not, and here also we are checking n is equals to 4 or not. Both are means the same. If we are talk about the differences, then there is no difference between the both examples. So you can please note down that there is no difference. Here we are putting the curly braces, and here we are not putting the curly braces. That is, you might ask me like why the curly braces then, right? So that is the question, right? So if it is not necessary to put the curly brace, then why I need to put the curly brace? So let us consider one of the example here. So see here now, int n equals to 5, and I am writing if n is equals to 4. I am checking the condition. Now, if this printf is a part of this if condition, as we know, whenever we are having the statements immediately after the if condition, then always the printf will be the part of that if condition. So this if condition is supporting the just a statement below, that is the printf. So as the n is not equals to 4, this printf will be not getting executed, but n plus plus will get evaluated because n plus plus is not the part of this if condition, right? Therefore, a value of n will be incremented to 6 and the output will be 6. So the output is 6. Okay, right. So now let's consider one more example here. Int n equals to 5. Okay, here I am putting the curly braces here. So if this condition is false, then this will be not executed. But if it is true, this will be considered. But anyway, this curly brace is having both the statements. So if this condition, if it is not true, then n plus plus will be never getting executed. So here in this example, n is not equals to 4. So therefore, this n plus plus will not get executed because that is a part of the condition. So the output is 5. Okay, right? So we can clearly see that why we are using the curly braces here when we wanted to use two or more statements inside the if condition. Okay, if you just wanted to include a single statement immediately after the if condition, then there is no requirement of the curly brace. But if you want multiple statements inside the if, then we have to put curly braces for sure. That is mandatory. So that is what we need to understand about this one. Okay, right. So thank you.